There's the red light. Waiting for the green light. Give it a minute. I love it. This is Max. Max rants as always. But you know, I don't always want to go political, talk about Trump or about Biden or about any of that shit. I want to talk about a common problem that we all face. I know we do. Somewhere in your life, you know a thin-skinned, whiny ass baby. That baby could be 48 years old, could be 8 years old. But I'm talking about babies. Hell, I'm 70, okay? And these babies, good God, thin skinned, also known as hypersensitive, thin skinned Kevins. Well, I made a phone call to Kevin. We're just going to call him Kevin. That's supposed to be the masculine version of Karen. We'll see. I called Kevin, and he could hardly hear me. I could hear him just fine, but he could hardly hear me. Such is the life of modern mobile phones. We've given up the clarity and the crispness of hardwire for the it'll do of 3G, 4G, 5G. Well, I said to him, Kevin, let's hang up. I'll call you back. We hung up. I waited a couple minutes, give the air a chance to clear. I did so, and then I called him up. His phone rang for the longest time, maybe 8, 10 rings, and he picked up. I could hear this muffled sound from his phone. It was like, and that's when I made the first mistake of dealing with a whiny ass little bitch. Okay? I said, God help me for opening my mouth. I said, I think there's something wrong with your phone. Oh my God. Mistake, mistake, mistake. He immediately said, what's wrong with my phone? Why isn't it your phone instead? He was on the defensive. I had apparently disparaged something he owned, knew, saw, was related to, or otherwise possessed. God, good God. I said, something's wrong with your phone. Why isn't it yours? Well, I didn't know what to say at first, but since I'd already put one foot into the mud and had pissed him off by insinuating that his phone was anything other than perfect, what the hell is this? What the hell? Okay. Well, I said, I phoned and spoke with somebody else right before you. We had no problems at all. In fact, I spoke with 2 different people right before talking to you. Everything was fine. Oh, God, what's wrong with me? I could feel his ass puckering on the other end of the phone. I had sent him into a pre-orbital trajectory. He went into a diatribe accusing me of finding fault with everything he said, everything you owned, everything you did. Oh, my God. As baseless as this is the typical Kevin diatribe, okay? On and on with this worthless rhetoric, this my phones don't have problems. It's your phone. Whatever. You know what? I don't care. It's just a damn mobile phone. I don't care if it's an Apple or a Samsung. I don't care. On another occasion, you'd think I'd learned my lesson. I didn't. Call me stupid. Kevin told me that his daughter, his little 15-year-old daughter, was taking taekwondo lessons. And he said, my daughter's studying this ancient martial art. It will give her wisdom and confidence and self-defense. What do you think of it? He asked. Okay, I knew I was being set up. I said, it's nice. It sounds like she's doing a good thing. That sounds nice. Oh, shit. Okay. He said, don't condescend to me. I said, I'm not. He said, what do you think? Oh, God, what the hell? Now he's pissed me off. I told him what I know. He knows I have a background in martial arts, and I probably understand what taekwondo is. I said, all right, if you insist. I said, taekwondo means fighting or method with hands and feet. I continued, I said, it is not a martial art, nor is it ancient. It is kickboxing, and the style was developed by General Chae Hong-hee of the Korean Army in ancient time, 1964. Ding, 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 ding. I was in school in 1964. I don't think we can call 1964 ancient. At least not since I lived in the 60s and I don't feel ancient now. All right, maybe an 8-year-old kid or even a 20-year-old kid would say, gee, sir, you're 70? You're ancient. But no, Taekwondo is a borrowed form of kickboxing. General Chae Hong-hee took elements of Shotokan karate, of Aikido, and of Jiu-Jitsu and sort of blended them into a free-form kickboxing. Anyway, that did it. That was it. Apparently, I had destroyed everything in his heart because he just hung the phone up. And you know, for over a week, he didn't talk to me. He didn't call me. The pleasure of absence of shitheads. Well, I knew it couldn't go on forever. I knew that. This whiny ass had a mat on because it became apparent to him that his daughter had not invested in an ancient martial art, that there was no ancient wisdom to be gleaned from Taekwondo. Taekwondo was known in the karate circles as not Taekwondo, but take your dough. Take your money, let the kids feel great, run them in circles, kick, punch, whatever. Worse yet is what I told him. And upon his research, he went to Wikipedia. Oh, well, at least he got half the truth. And he discovered that what I said was true. I was right. Oh, he was crushed, learning that none of this is as he thought. And that Taekwondo does not possess the wisdom and knowledge of the ages. I mean, God, it damn near killed this thin-skinned Kevin. What do we do with Kevins? Even a good morning can spark some sort of an unpleasant response. You know, Kevins are just like us with a single difference. That is, we're not all thin-skinned, whiny-ass little bitches, okay? Watch out for Kevins among you. They will only drag you down into their own superficial mediocrity, and they might even have you feeling bad about yourself because, understand, you don't upset them. You don't make them get angry. They get upset. They make themselves angry. That's how it is with Kevins and other whiny asses. Take it to heart. Thank you. I appreciate you listening.